On black money front, how much successful is the income declaration scheme? What are the valuable lessons that successful IDS is depicting? What do you mean by income declaration scheme? Why there is a hesitation among assessees to declare their undisclosed income or assets acquired through such income? GS Paper 3, Indian Economy, Mobilization of Resources. On black money front, how much successful is the income declaration scheme? The government has been deservedly complimented for a very successful implementation of the income declaration scheme. Nearly $10 billion of black money has been declared under the scheme. Aggregate disclosures amount to Rs65,250 crore, $10 billion, on which 45% is payable as tax, surcharge and penalty, yielding sum Rs 30,000 crore, $4.5 billion. This is 3 times as much as the revenue garnered from the amnesty scheme of 1997 and in a different class from the scheme offered for undisclosed overseas assets. More important is the fact that we have a sizable segment of the economy now moving into the mainstream and yielding legitimate income, which will be taxed year on year. What are the valuable lessons that successful IDS is depicting? The government needs fewer schemes and initiatives and must focus more on execution of key schemes in a structured manner. With an increased transparency in government action, there is reduction in corruption. It is important for the government to take 2 critical steps. First, streamline the election process to plug cash spending, and second, continue to drive the anti-corruption process to the lower echelons of the government. One of the reasons for the success of the IDS was the use of huge quantum of data, which today resides with the government, in the surveys carried out by the revenue. The ability of the government to connect the dots and ask meaningful questions will be the key to the success of the drive to curb black money. The one thing that does need to be done going forward is to ensure that cash is not used for large transactions. The introduction of RuPay has pushed transaction costs down, and this can be used to one's advantage. Finally, while all the above steps should help sweep the floor clean, there is a need to continue to build a relationship of trust between the taxpayers and the revenue. What do you mean by income declaration scheme? A new scheme, Income Declaration Scheme, IDS, 2016, allows income tax assessees to declare any unaccounted income from the past. It was open for 4 months, from 1 June to the 30th of September 2016, but it is extended to up to September 2017. The scheme gives an opportunity to tax evaders to disclose their unaccounted income or assets, and come out clean by paying the applicable tax, cess and penalty totaling 45% of the undisclosed income. This will help them regularize their wealth. But IDS is also for those who may have unknowingly not paid tax on certain income or assets bought from the income. The biggest advantage of the scheme is that once an assessee declares income under this, she will get immunity from penalty or prosecution proceedings under the Income Tax Act, 1961, and the Wealth Tax Act, 1957, related to such income. Why there is a hesitation among assessees to declare their undisclosed income or assets acquired through such income? The tax rate of 45% is too high. Through the long-term capital gain tax, people can easily get their black money turned into white by paying just 6-7%. The scheme is not all-inclusive. Those who have already been sent notices by the Income Tax Department are not covered under it. The lack of any fear of law. When cases go to the tribunal, most of the evaders go scot-free. Also, the prosecution process is very slow.